starting.
LSU baseball wins another series. They beat Auburn. Auburn is the last place team in the SEC. Is a series that they should have won. It's a series that they probably should have swept. A lot of conversations have led up to this weekend, and a lot of guys had their opportunity to play. Now, for the baseball fan, the casual baseball fan who just looks at box scores and doesn't watch games and doesn't really see how something happens, you look at the line on Sunday for Cade Anderson, who we've been screaming for to start, and you say, well,
literally,
this guy didn't have a good start. I would say that's not true. I would say he had a very unlucky, unfortunate start. He gave up one ball that was hit hard. Everything else was jam shots. Everything else was bloop singles, which is part of the game. I understand it. He faced 5 batters, got taken out, and 2 of his runs got cashed in. But it's part of it. It happens. It goes on his line. They are hits. It wasn't like he was getting hit around all over the field. It was just kind of very unfortunate. Before we get to him, I want to start from Friday. In my opinion, Luke Holman, great starter, right? He's been the best pitcher up until now. I think Gage Jump has jumped him as ace, in my mind. I think Gage Jump over these last, I know it's only been 2 starts, but it's been got to have him starts. And to me, he has turned into the guy, a bona fide Friday night guy. That's 2 straight starts that he's absolutely dominated. And
the stuff plays.
In a team that's in a situation, as part of the season, that's much needed. Do you agree?
Yeah, so I disagree.
Okay.
But what I do like is that he's actually showed up. So here's the thing. Let's just tell a tale. If you're going to have a winning team in this league, a Luke Holman is needed.
No doubt.
Right? Like, to me, Luke Holman on a winning team in this league, like a legit winning team in this league, is what Ty Floyd was for you last year. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I still think Ty had more top-end stuff, if you will. Luke's more of a pitcher. Gage Jump has the stuff of a Friday night guy on a winning team in this league. So now that's 2 starts in a row where he's showed up. And so in my mind, when I say I don't think he's jumped him, because to me 2 starts doesn't jump you. But I do think he needs to continue throwing on Friday or game 1. I do think that if he can continue to have these type of outings, this LSU team becomes way better. And I do think if he does that and gives you a chance, then having somebody like Luke Holman is awesome to have on game 2 of a series. So, like, that's where I am when it comes to those 2 sides. It's not something in a sense of, no, he hasn't looked good. He's looked great. He's looked awesome the last 2 weeks. And I think he's coming on at the exact right time for this team to make a run and kind of honestly what we thought we were going to get out of him. It just so happened that he wasn't there yet with the staff that's underperformed to this point.
Everything that was been told to me leading up into the season from the fall is that Gage Jump is the most competitive pitcher on the team. He's got that mentality. That's what they were saying in the fall.
Stuff.
He's got, obviously the stuff is elite, but he's got that mentality of, I'm going to go after you, I'm going to go and attack you, and I'm going to get you. Now, he didn't pitch last year. He had to figure some stuff out. New league. Started off not as great as he probably wanted to. Over the last 2 weekends, 14 straight scoreless innings. He had no walks this weekend. And, that's what you want from your Friday night guy.
He had 1 walk the weekend before. So that's,
right. Yeah.
We've come a long way.
1 walk in 14 innings.
We've come a long way from
4 innings, 5 walks.
And
97 pitches.
And this is to go back. So if we go back 3 weeks now, this is the conversation that we had where it was 4 1/3, but 98 pitches, 5 walks, and maybe he didn't give up runs, but that's what we meant. Where no, I get it. The line and the actual earned runs in that start doesn't say anything crazy, but that's not a great start, and that's not what's going to really give you the chance to compete week in and week out in a game 1 against someone else's ace. Like, you just need more efficiency on the mound on those days, and he's given it to you the last 2 weeks, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
okay, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, you have 2 starters. You have 2. Yeah. You have ace A, ace B.
I'm convinced you got 3 starters, but go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
No, I know you. I know. I'm just throwing that in as a caveat.
No, I think you have 4 starters.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because after that, what happened with Cade, Griffin Harrington had another good outing.
Yeah.
4 1/3, like he had another good outing. So you have 4 guys that you can throw out there that you can legitimately feel comfortable starting. Now, another guy who pitched this weekend who I was like, wow, this is new. This is good. This is what you probably thought you were getting when you transferred in.
9-9.
Oh, yeah. Christian Little, 2 outings. Lights out.
Lights out.
He had it. He showed it last year.
Talent-wise, never been the problem. It's trying to figure out how to make the talent perform on the field.
Especially in
2 innings, 4 punches on Friday, and then comes in on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Was it back-to-back days? Another
Dust.
really good outing. So that's another guy that you look at and you're like, man, down the stretch, LSU continues to win, makes a postseason run.
Don't let LSU get hot.
There's a guy that you can really start to lean on if he continues to do this, right? So those are all really, really
with like
good things.
with like top end stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, he was the number 1 pitcher coming out of Southern California.
You don't find those guys just walking on the street that can give you
There's number
96
90s.
with a 90-mile-an-hour cutter and a banger. You don't just find all
No doubt.
those.
And then, you do what you do. You won 5-0. Dominant pitching performance. They don't give up a run. On Saturday, I think you see how Jay's going to use Ackenhausen from here on out. Ackenhausen is
That's
that
where
guy.
the questions
I thought it was
come.
going to be Griffin to do that. It's that's going to do that. Hey, you're going to be the guy if we throw you on the weekend, on Friday or Saturday. You're not starting on Sunday. If we don't, you're starting on Sunday. They used him on Saturday to get out of a jam. Gets out of the jam, keeps him in
Stopper.
the game, right? Doesn't obviously.